You know, one of the fastest ways to lose yourself is to spend your life trying to make everyone else happy. Many people live under the pressure of approval. They constantly worry about what other people think, how other people feel, and whether others are satisfied with their decisions. While caring for people is important, and I believe it is, living for their approval is exhausting. And the truth is, no matter how kind you are, no matter how generous you are, no matter how accommodating you are, you will never please everyone. Some people will misunderstand you. Some people will disagree with you. And some people will expect more than you can give. And if your peace depends on everyone else's approval, you will spend your life chasing something you can never catch. Healthy living begins when you stop making other people's opinions your master and start living according to your values, your purpose, and your convictions. So grab yourself a cup of coffee or your favorite beverage. Have a seat and let's talk about it right here on A Different Choice.
Ooh, you gotta love yourself. Yeah, you gotta love yourself. Yourself. Just letting you know, you got to love yourself.
Trying to please everyone causes you to lose yourself. Hey everybody, and welcome to A Different Choice. My name is James and I'll be your host. Don't you know that many people become so focused on meeting other folks' expectations that they forget who they are? They say yes when they want to say no. They accept responsibilities that they don't have the time or the energy to handle. They suppress their own dreams and desires and needs because they're afraid of disappointing somebody. And over time, they begin to live a life that's shaped by other people's opinions and expectations rather than their own purpose. Is that you I'm talking to? Listen, you cannot be your real true self if you are constantly changing to fit everybody else's preferences. Do you know what I mean by that? Listen, just ask yourself, what do I truly want? What are my values? What are my dreams? What decisions would I make if I weren't afraid of disappointing others? And more clearly, you have to know yourself. Because the more you know yourself, the less likely you are to lose yourself in what other people think or what other people expect. Because when you constantly seek approval from everyone else, you slowly lose your own identity. People pleasers are often carry burdens that they were never meant to carry. They become the fixer, the rescuer, the peacemaker, the problem solver for everybody around them. And I tell you, at first, this may seem rewarding, but eventually you're going to get tired. And you're going to get tired because burnout occurs when your giving exceeds more than you're getting. You cannot pour endlessly into others while neglecting your own emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual health. That's why we create boundaries. And as we said before, boundaries aren't selfish, but they're necessary. See, because healthy people understand that not every problem is theirs to solve. Not every request requires a yes. And not every disappointment is their responsibility. Sometimes the most powerful word you can say is no. A respectful no, but it's still no. Because see, a no today prevents resentment tomorrow. As we said before, you cannot effectively help others if you're always running on empty. You must learn to live from purpose, your purpose, not from approval. See, approval is unstable because people's opinions change. You know, they can praise you today and criticize you tomorrow. If your confidence depends on external validation, your emotional well-being will constantly rise and fall. Purpose, on the other hand, provides stability. When you know who you are and why you're here, you can make decisions based on conviction rather than popularity. Let me tell you something else. Purpose allows you to stand firm when others disagree with you. It allows you to maintain peace when others are disappointed, and even to stay focused when other people misunderstand your choices. Because you do not need everyone to understand your journey. And not everyone will understand your journey or even the route you're taking to get where you're going. We all have our own ideas about what we're supposed to do in life. So you only need the courage to remain faithful to the path that aligns with your values and your goals. Stop asking, will everyone approve? And start asking, is this aligned or right with my purpose? Just that can transform your life. Because a life driven by purpose, your purpose, not everyone else's purpose, creates freedom. A life driven by approval creates bondage. I hope you know that. But listen to this. Trying to please everyone is a battle that you'll never win. The goal of life is not to gain universal approval or to be liked by everybody, but to live authentically, responsibly, and purposefully. Remember these 3 things as you go about your day. Write them down if you have to. Trying to please everyone causes you to lose yourself. Trying to please everyone will cause you to lose yourself. Another thing is trying to please everyone will lead to burnout. But the best part about these 3 points is living from purpose is healthier than living from approval. The moment you stop seeking validation from everyone around you, you create space for confidence, for peace, and personal growth. Think about this. Your responsibility is not to make everyone happy. Your responsibility is to become the person that you were created to be. You have to become the person that God has created you to be. And only you can do that. That's not something that comes from a textbook. That's not something that comes from other people's opinions, because they're trying to be the best that they can be. So you be the best that you can be. Make your decisions. Decide which path you need to go on, and stop listening to everybody else. I'm not saying don't take advice, but listening to advice and following it all the time is different. So you can take advice, you can listen to it, but you still have to carve out your own way. And stop worrying about whether this person will approve or whether that person will approve. So until next time, be good to yourself, forgive yourself, and love yourself. But understand, don't try to please everybody. Please yourself. That's how you get to love yourself. We'll see you next time right here on A Different Choice.
Ooh, you gotta love yourself. Yeah, you gotta love yourself. Hey, you gotta love yourself. Just letting you know, you got to love yourself.